a little bit about this book is that people are forgetting to do Oseh Shalom, to create peace, and they're not listening to each other. And but in the end, they remember to listen to each other, and then they can come together, even though they are different in how they want to call God. But here's the story. In God's name. After God created the world, all living things on earth were given a name. The plants and the trees, the animals and the fish, and each person, young and old, had a special name, but no one knew the name for God. So each person searched for God's name. The farmer whose skin was dark like the rich brown earth from which all things grew, called God the source of life. The girl whose skin was as golden as the sun that turned night into day, called God the creator of light. The man who tended sheep in the valley called God the shepherd, the one who tends to its people. The tired soldier who fought too many wars called God the maker of peace, Oseh Shalom. The artist who carved figures from the earth's hard stone called God my rock, Sur Shali. Sometimes the people who called God by different names were puzzled. They said, every living thing has one single name. The marigold, the pansy, the lily, the oak tree, the sequoia, and pine. God must have a single name that is greater and more wonderful than all the other names. Each person thought his name for God was the greatest. Each person thought her name for God was the very best. The farmer who called God source of life said, this is the true name for God. The girl who called God creator of light insisted, this is the most splendid name for God. The shepherd, the soldier, and artist believed they each had the perfect name for God, but no one listened. And so each person kept searching for God's name. The woman who cared for the sick called God the healer. The slave who was freed from bondage called God the redeemer. The grandfather whose hair was white with the years called God Ancient One. And the grandmother who was bent with age and sorrow called God the Comforter. The young woman who nursed her newborn son called God Mother. And the young man who held the hand of his baby daughter called God Father. And the child who was lonely called God Friend. All the people called God by different names. They tried to tell one another that their name was the best, the only name for God, and that all other names were wrong. But no one listened, and God was not interested in listening to that. And so each person kept searching for God's name. Then one day, the person who called Ancient One, and the one who called God Friend, the one who called God Mother, and the one who called God Father, all the people who called God by a different name came together. And they knelt by a lake that was clear and quiet like a mirror, God's mirror. Then each person who had a name for God looked at the others who had a different name. They looked into God's mirror and saw their own faces and the faces of all the others that were different from their own. And they called out their names for God, source of life, creator of light, shepherd, maker of peace, my rock, healer, redeemer, ancient one, comforter, mother, father, friend. And they called out all at the same time. And at that moment, the people knew that all the names for God were good. They were Kitov, and no name was better than another. Then all at once, their voices came together, and they called God Echad. And everyone listened, most of all, God. So to remember the Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. If you have your own special name for God, that's wonderful. It doesn't make it better than anybody else's name. It doesn't make it worse. It is just your name, and it is unique to you, and it is important to you. And that is what Peace is all about, Osa Shalom, is learning how to accept the differences in others and the differences in our words, as long as they are communicated with kindness and with an intention to help make this world a better place. So that really is what the Torah has to teach us. Let's go on though. Let's put the Torah away and we sing V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. God gave the Torah to Moshe, and Moshe gave the Torah to all the Jewish people at Har Sinai. Just like at our Sinai synagogue, we come together and we celebrate our holidays together, our community together, and we learn from one another and our source of comfort for one another, just like God. So let's do Ein Elohenu, how special God is. Thank you, God, for making this world of ours. God made the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, God rested. Remember? Yom Rishon, Yom Sheni, Yom Shlishi, Yom Revi'i, Yom Chamishi, Yom Shishi, Yom Shvi'i, and that's Shabbat, where we light our candles and have our Kiddush juice and say Hamotzi for Challah together. And it goes like this. Ein Eloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kamalkeinu, Ein Kamoshienu, Mi Eloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kamalkeinu, Mi Kamoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shiktiru Avotenu, Lefanecha Eketoret Hasamim. So we just thank God again for making our world, and now we're going to bow again. We're going to bend our knees and bow our back and say Aleinu and say thank you, God, for creating us as Jews. And we sing, excuse me, Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol la'tekidu la'liatzer breshit shelo asanu kiwei haratzot Shelo samanu k'mishpachot Adama, Shelo samchokinu kahem, V'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. Now we bend and bow. Ve'anachnu korim, U'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then we end with V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Vayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad. And now again, just like you do in the main sanctuary, when Rabbi calls down all of feast, we're going to end with Adon Olam, that Torah, that God is what makes this world, what creates this world, it makes our world going, and especially through good times, hard times, all times. God is with us, and we continue on, and pretty soon we'll be here together in our room together. So let's sing Adon Olam Asher Malach V'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Li'et Nasa B'chafsoko Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol V'ado Yimloch Nora V'hu Chaya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yiyeh B'tiv Ara V'hu Yiyeh B'tiv Ara V'hu Echad Ve'ein Sheni V'ham Shilo V'hachbira V'li Reshit V'li Tachlit
Velo ha'oz v'ha'misra, Velo ha'oz v'ha'misra, Vehu Eli v'chai go'ali, V'tzur chali be'et zara, Vehu nisi umanosli, V'nat kosi be'yom ekra, V'nat kosi be'yom ekra, V'yado av kidruchi, Ve'et ishan ve'aira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shalom, chaverim. Until we are in our room together again. Shabbat shalom.